Well, Coach, it is a part of the country that could definitely use the rain, but it's also going to make for a very wet track tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70 engine. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Ready.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. 66. Bullet high.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
29.
Hey, Foxtrot. 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, tight end. Go. Watch twist.
Ito Smith, his first carry. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Now a handoff looking right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, 7:34. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 49ers, 53 at the left. Rip left. Check one.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check 53.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. He finds Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
On second down. It's Smith, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that is going to be incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
That's what I do. Zoom, fellas, let's go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ready, go.
2nd and 5. And he's got this complete to Bellamy. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready. 10 Tucson. I'm on.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill taking it in as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Mike's 5-4. I got one. 61. Matchbox, right. Go. Haywood. Shaw dog.
Second and long. They're going deep for Hill. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Rotate field.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
49. Go! Motion. Ready, go!
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, Delta, 53, check 53. Express. Team, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Express. Let's go. Hey, we got 1, later 1. Mike 53. I don't even know why this team. Hey, exit. Mike 53. Mike.
Here's Carr to throw. Finding Knox there, complete.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
7:34. 53, check 53. 65, 65.
Shotgun now for Carr. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Falcons. Dawson Knox, 40 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 54 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Next to score, Niners 21, Falcons 6.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
This is Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Watch the safety creep.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and it's 3rd down.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
Here we go. 50. Plant. Hey, watch the slap. Watch the slap. Hey, go.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now Ito Smith. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Throwing now is Carr. Robinson's got it. And he'll be out.
Completion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Carr now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Carr. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
Check 53. Know your job. Let's go, let's go.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
3 down. 3 down. Hey, check back.
2nd and 2. And incomplete.
The pass on 2nd down. Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's bring it. 25, check 25. H3, 218. Ready.
Mostert. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively. It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. And it's 2nd down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. They complete it to Hill. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Check 26, check 26. Blue dog Corker, blue dog Corker.
Running from the gun with Howard. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Okay, break. Clock's try. Get that ball. Get that ball. Hey, never catch it up.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he finds Howard complete. And he's got this down to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Play action, they'll throw. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 3rd down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
At the 41-yard line.
Check down. 53's right. 180. 53. 180. We're good. We're good. 180. Raider 9. 9. 53. We're good.
On second and 11 now. Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
54. I'm 66. Bullet high. Turn up. Kill. Ready.
Here's Mostert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He is going to find Hill here. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Let's go now. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch 54. Watch 54. You. Exit. Watch 54. Hide.
tuck it and run. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They'll come out in the pistol. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting
accelerating, and off he goes. The 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith, 78 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Here's Carr. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check nine.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Mostert. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Falcons' 34-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's our time.
Second and 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
80 weapon. 80 weapon. Switch. Set, go.
Now they try the right side here. And he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, 61. Matchbox, right.
One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
60 Two times. Out. 5 count. Stand up in. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hatchet. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, Mike,
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert taking it in as his guys continue to pour it on. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
637. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. A 1st down carry for Smith. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Now Carr. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
1st down, Falcons.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
93.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
2nd and a yard at the
23. 218, chopper. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Coming.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
180. 53 is mine. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On first down, Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Falcons get a bit closer. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. They'll find Everett there, complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Gill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't. 6-18. 51's Mike.
From the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
1,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
At their 49-yard line.
Set. Ten Lobo. Wahoo. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A gain there of 21 yards.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 32-yard line.
Here we go. 50. Plant. Now watch one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Mike Hughes brought him down.
Get him, boy. Get him,
A gain of
boy.
a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Coming again.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, 734. 53 Alpha. Check. 53.
Carr going to throw. He finds Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
694. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Ready up. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And that knee will do it. Can't stop the clock defensively, so they protected their home field, got the victory in the wild card round.
And rewarded their home crowd. They came out in force for this one, really supported them throughout the year, and boy, they were something special in this one. And maybe it's their last home game, and if so, they sent them out with a great visual, didn't they?
Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we